Hey, Soul Family. So let's talk about coming out spiritually to your family. Um, Maybe you have family who's also, religious or American. Being American, right? Um, but like you believe very different things, and you found that you just avoid them or don't talk because you've also grown to see and experience that they're not gonna like what I say anyway, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut, So, and you just keep yourself like that, kind of shut up, right? I've been doing that too. And then as you really, start to understand the reality you're creating around you, and how you're the creator of everything, it's like, oh shoot, well, then I've been creating them not accepting me. So let me revise my narratives. Let me visualize them treating me differently, right? Let me tell myself that no, they support me, they understand me, and even if they don't agree with it, they respect it. And we can have conversations about perspectives, and we can have conversations about ideas and spirituality, and we can connect over these topics rather than it being a point of contention. So that's something I've been working on. But I'm making this video because today's really the first time I told my mom about like my differences, my major differences, that I don't really believe in morality. I don't believe in right and wrong as the world, as I believe morality is the cause of evil. It's the cause of everything, of the addiction to struggle, the addiction to suffering, the addiction of wrong and right. It's right. It's, you know, corruption, all that. So it's interesting because when you grow up around really Christian go-ho people that are not metaphysical Christians, but who are religious in their Christianity, they worship Jesus, but don't actually live as Christ, right? And when we spiritually awake and we're like, oh, this is what Christ meant, like, do these things even greater, you see Sadhguru, and I was like, look, there's another Christ, or you see Osho or Satya, whatever, and you're like, yep, that's Christ, like. And so here we are, stepping into our being, our divine nature, which is truly us, spiritual beings, identifying with our spirit, the great spirit, the eternal spirit that we are as creator. And we're told that we are Antichrist. So it's really interesting, right? Because we see the paradox. And it's like we just have to keep our mouth shut because they're not going to, get it. Well, so I already dropped a couple hints in this video, but if you're in that boat, I just want to encourage you to, number one, maintain a loving disposition. You probably already are, But remember to see the divine in everyone. And that your family who doesn't mirror your spiritual awakening is a reflection of you. Maybe they mirror your ego. So it's especially crucial to continue meditating on the divine nature that is in your family, that is in everyone. Just practicing them as God in flesh, just as you see yourself, right? So extending that same grace to others is so important. And then just kind of set the intention to, I'm going to bring this up. I don't know how, but, or even ask spirit, universe, whatever, essentially calling on your higher self, but make a way for me to share myself fully at a time where it will be well received. So you're commanding that it will be well received. So speak in faith that it will be well received, you'll be well received, and just start showing up. Just start showing up even before that conversation. Show up as if you are already well received in your family. You are already accepted, because that's what you'll create. So it's not really like announcing it, as if you're coming out of the closet like you're gay or something. It's more of, you're already liberated. You know that you create your reality. So if you've created them to not receive you, you can create them to receive you. And we don't want to do this against anyone's wills, because I think that could be creating karma for ourselves. So, but visualize them receiving you, and like think spirit, think eternity, and say like this or greater, this or greater. And what's really helped me too is just continuing to send love and compassion, because they are me. And again, like not being received, isn't that also an illusion, right? If everything is love and everything is self, am I not really being received? Or what am I seeing? This is just something happening in the 3D that literally has no meaning to me. It doesn't take anything away from me. It doesn't give anything to me. It's just a reflection of my shadow, right? So I guess really the challenge or the invitation is to live as though your family does not affect you. Live unaffected by everything around you, including your family. Embody the God that you are, the godliness. Yeah. And I say this to encourage you because when I shared it with my mom, like I've already shared with her in the past, like I think the first time I saw her after a few years, I was like, I don't even know how. I think we were drinking together, and I was just like, some things came up about God, and I was like, oh yeah, just so you know, like, yeah, I don't believe the same way anymore. I think God is everything, like light and dark, and it's everything. This is before I was even awakened to my God state. I was like getting there. But even to that, the response initially was, an immediate correction. Well, God is this, so not even acknowledging what it said, just immediately correcting it. Restating her belief, right? Like reasserting what God actually is in her mind. And then today, fast forward a few months, she asked me about some of my beliefs. And she was trying to clarify. She's like, I was just trying to think about what you said, something we were talking about, and I'm just trying to understand. And I was like, oh, well, thanks. I explained some more, and I explained how I don't believe in morality. I don't believe in right or wrong the same way you do. I'm not going to attach judgment to things that happen anymore. I don't do that. And she was more puzzled, and even that was a huge step, right? Even that was a huge step to like, wow, to try and contemplate our differences rather than just assert an opinion over the difference, and glaze over it as if it's not there. So to allow the differences to exist, right? That's a huge step. So now there's that, which is wonderful. So in the same way, we have to first allow the differences to exist and be a loving presence. So if you're already just being there, even if you are silent, that's a huge step too, because you're not trying to change anything in the 3D, right? You're not trying to change them. Of course, everyone's on their own path, and you know that too, I think, right? It's their soul's journey, not yours. But yeah, I just felt like I know someone else can relate to this. And I know that the narrative you can tell yourself, or the ego would tell you, is that it's very lonely, no one understands you. But remember, on this channel, we talk to your higher self. So we embody the kingdom of heaven. So you are never alone. You are always supported. And everyone, you see the God in everyone, and they see the God in you. You honor your divinity, and you honor the divine in them. And that's what you speak to in others. That's what you acknowledge in others when you're around them. So that's the call, right? But I hope this, anyway, I guess I'm trying to get away from saying I hope this helps. So I'm trying to say I know this helps someone. So I know this helps someone. And thanks for watching. I have links to work with me if you need support, if you feel like you need support or want support. You don't really need anything. And then I have a book too, which really helped me after I awaken. As I awaken, it goes through the process of transforming narratives into, and it can be any narrative. I mean, I know it's hard. Trauma can seem impossible, right? How do we transmute all of our suffering and free ourselves from the bondage of suffering? We've gone through some like really crazy things. We just choose to make it different. We choose to think differently. We choose to revise our pasts. We choose to revise our future by revising the past. And we stop identifying with anything other than the I am. So anyway, there's a lot of big calls in this video, but thanks for watching. And I would love to hear if this video helped with you, or if you can connect with anything in it in the comments.